Dare to uncover the secrets of the ancients with spellbound stories? I am Black, your guide through the veiled mysteries of gods and pharaohs, exploring Egyptian mythology. As we venture into part 4 and see more mythical creatures, ask yourself, what powers did the gods truly wield, and what might we learn from the silent whispers of the pharaohs? Will you join us every Monday and Thursday to decode the enigmas of the past? Subscribe and become an explorer of the hidden truths. The Phoenix. The Phoenix is a mythical creature that holds a significant place in Egyptian mythology. Known for its majestic appearance and powerful symbolism, the Phoenix is often associated with rebirth, renewal, and immortality. In Egyptian mythology, the Phoenix is referred to as the Bennu bird. The Phoenix is a symbol of eternal life and resurrection. It is believed to be a divine bird that possesses the ability to rise from its own ashes. This concept of regeneration and renewal is deeply rooted in Egyptian mythology and is closely associated with the cycle of life and death. The phoenix is often depicted as a large bird with vibrant plumage, usually in shades of red, orange, and gold. Its wings are said to be adorned with feathers that shimmer like flames, representing the transformative power of fire. The bird's radiant appearance symbolizes the sun and its daily journey across the sky, as well as the concept of light overcoming darkness. In Egyptian mythology, the phoenix is closely associated with the sun god Ra. It is believed that the phoenix would appear at the beginning of a new era, signaling the dawn of a new age. The bird's presence was seen as a divine omen, representing the cyclical nature of life and the eternal power of the sun. According to ancient Egyptian beliefs, the phoenix would build its nest in the sacred tree of Heliopolis, the city of the sun. The bird would then set its nest ablaze, allowing itself to be consumed by the flames. From the ashes, a new phoenix would rise, symbolizing the rebirth and renewal of life. The phoenix was also associated with the god Osiris, the ruler of the underworld and the god of resurrection. It was believed that the phoenix would accompany Osiris on his journey through the afterlife, guiding him to his final resting place. This connection further emphasized the phoenix's role as a symbol of immortality and the afterlife. While the phoenix does not have a specific mythological story dedicated to it in Egyptian mythology, its symbolism and presence can be found in various tales and legends. The bird's association with Ra and Osiris often intertwines with their stories, emphasizing the themes of rebirth and immortality. In the myth of Ra's daily journey across the sky, it is believed that the phoenix would accompany him, serving as a guide and protector. The bird's presence ensured the safe passage of the sun god, allowing him to rise again each morning and bring light to the world. In the myth of Osiris and his resurrection, the phoenix is said to have played a role in the restoration of Osiris's body. After Osiris was murdered by his brother Set, his body was dismembered and scattered across Egypt. It was the phoenix who helped Isis, Osiris's wife and sister, gather the scattered pieces and restore him to life. The symbolism of the phoenix continues to captivate and inspire people in modern times. Its association with rebirth, renewal, and immortality resonates with individuals seeking personal transformation and growth. The concept of the phoenix rising from the ashes has been adopted in various forms of literature, art, and popular culture. It is often used as a metaphor for overcoming adversity and starting anew. The phoenix's ability to regenerate and reinvent itself serves as a powerful symbol of resilience and the potential for personal transformation. In literature, the phoenix has been featured in numerous fantasy and mythological novels, where it represents the embodiment of hope and the triumph of good over evil. Its presence in these stories adds depth and symbolism, reminding readers of the cyclical nature of life and the possibility of rebirth. In popular culture, the phoenix has made appearances in movies, video games, and even tattoos. Its striking appearance and powerful symbolism make it a popular choice for those seeking a meaningful and visually captivating symbol. The phoenix, or Bennu bird, holds a significant place in Egyptian mythology. Its symbolism of rebirth, renewal, and immortality resonates deeply with the ancient Egyptians' beliefs in the cyclical nature of life and the afterlife. The phoenix's association with Ra and Osiris further emphasizes its role as a divine messenger and guide. Its presence in Egyptian art and architecture serves as a reminder of the eternal power of the sun and the promise of life beyond death. Today, the phoenix continues to inspire and captivate individuals, symbolizing the potential for personal transformation and the triumph of the human spirit. The serpent Apophis. In Egyptian mythology, the serpent Apophis, also known as Apep, was one of the most feared and powerful creatures. Apophis was believed to be the embodiment of chaos and destruction, and his sole purpose was to devour the sun god Ra and prevent the sunrise, plunging the world into eternal darkness. According to the ancient Egyptians, Apophis resided in the Duat, the realm of the dead, and would emerge each night to wage war against Ra. The battle between Ra and Apophis was seen as a cosmic struggle between order and chaos, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Apophis was depicted as a giant serpent, often with a fierce and menacing appearance. He was said to be so massive that his body stretched across the horizon, and his eyes glowed with a fiery red light. The Egyptians believed that Apophis possessed immense strength and could swallow the sun whole if he managed to catch Ra. To protect Ra and ensure the sunrise, the gods and goddesses of Egypt had to work together to defeat Apophis. One of the most important figures in this battle was the god Set, who was known for his strength and cunning. Set was tasked with defending Ra's solar barge as it traveled through the underworld, fending off Apophis and his minions. The battle between Set and Apophis was not an easy one. Apophis would unleash his full fury, sending waves of chaos and darkness to try and overpower Set. However, Set was a formidable opponent and managed to hold his ground, using his strength and cunning to keep Apophis at bay. In some versions of the myth, other gods such as Isis, Horus, and Thoth also played a role in the battle against Apophis. They would join forces with Set, using their own unique powers and abilities to weaken the serpent and protect Ra. Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing, was particularly important in this battle, as he was believed to have the knowledge and spells needed to defeat Apophis. The battle between Ra and Apophis was not just a physical one, but also a spiritual and symbolic one. It represented the eternal struggle between order and chaos, light and darkness. The Egyptians believed that if Apophis were to succeed in devouring Ra, the world would be plunged into eternal darkness, and chaos would reign supreme. To prevent this from happening, the Egyptians performed rituals and ceremonies to ward off Apophis and ensure the sunrise. These rituals often involved the recitation of spells and the use of protective amulets and charms. The Egyptians believed that by invoking the power of the gods and goddesses, they could strengthen the forces of order and keep Apophis at bay. The myth of Apophis and his battle with Ra had a profound impact on Egyptian culture and religious beliefs. It served as a reminder of the constant struggle between good and evil, and the importance of maintaining order and balance in the world. The Egyptians saw the sunrise as a daily victory over chaos, and the defeat of Apophis was seen as a triumph of order and light. Even today, the myth of Apophis continues to captivate and inspire. It has been depicted in various forms of art and literature, and its symbolism has been interpreted in different ways. The serpent Apophis remains a powerful symbol of chaos and destruction, reminding us of the eternal struggle between order and chaos that exists in our own lives and in the world around us. In conclusion, the serpent Apophis was a fearsome creature in Egyptian mythology, representing chaos and destruction. The battle between Apophis and Ra symbolized the eternal struggle between order and chaos, and the importance of maintaining balance in the world. The myth of Apophis continues to fascinate and inspire, reminding us of the ongoing battle between light and darkness in our own lives. The Griffin. The Griffin is a mythical creature that has its roots in ancient Egyptian mythology. It is a fascinating creature that combines the features of a lion and an eagle, symbolizing strength, power, and wisdom. In Egyptian mythology, the Griffin was believed to be a guardian of the divine and a protector of the pharaohs. The origins of the Griffin can be traced back to ancient Egypt, where it was depicted in various forms of art and literature. The creature is typically depicted as having the body of a lion and the head and wings of an eagle. It is often shown with sharp claws and a beak, symbolizing its ferocity and ability to defend against any threat. The griffin's appearance is a combination of two powerful animals, the lion and the eagle, which were both revered in ancient Egyptian culture. The lion was seen as the king of the animal kingdom, representing strength and courage, while the eagle was associated with the sun god Ra and was believed to possess great wisdom and vision. The griffin held great significance in Egyptian mythology and was often associated with the divine and the pharaohs. It was believed to be a symbol of protection and guardianship, with the ability to ward off evil and bring good fortune. The griffin was often depicted in tombs and temples, serving as a protector of the deceased and ensuring their safe passage into the afterlife. The griffin's combination of the lion and the eagle also held symbolic meaning. The lion represented the earthly realm, while the eagle represented the celestial realm. The griffin, therefore, symbolized the connection between the mortal and the divine, bridging the gap between the physical and spiritual worlds. In Egyptian mythology, the griffin played a significant role as a guardian and protector. It was believed to be a loyal companion to the gods and goddesses, accompanying them on their journeys and defending them against any threats. The griffin was often depicted alongside the sun god Ra, symbolizing its role as a protector of the sun and its life-giving energy. The griffin's association with the pharaohs was also prominent in Egyptian mythology. It was believed to be a guardian of the pharaohs' power and authority, ensuring their safety and prosperity. The griffin was often depicted on the thrones of pharaohs, symbolizing their divine right to rule and their connection to the gods. While there are no specific mythological stories or legends dedicated solely to the griffin in Egyptian mythology, it is often depicted in various mythological scenes and artwork. The griffin's presence in these depictions serves to emphasize its role as a protector and guardian. One such depiction can be found in the tomb of Tutankhamun, where the griffin is shown alongside the pharaoh, symbolizing his protection and divine authority. Another example can be seen in the temple of Hatshepsut, where the griffin is depicted as a guardian of the temple, ensuring its sanctity and safety. The griffin's influence can be seen in various forms of Egyptian art and architecture. It was often depicted in sculptures, reliefs, and paintings, adorning the walls of temples, tombs, and palaces. The griffin's presence in these artworks served to convey a sense of power, protection, and divine authority. In architecture, the griffin was often incorporated into the design of temples and palaces, serving as a decorative element and a symbol of the divine. It was often depicted on the entrances and gateways of these structures, welcoming visitors and warding off any evil spirits. The griffin continues to capture the imagination of people today and has made its way into modern interpretations and pop culture references. It is often depicted in fantasy literature, video games, and movies, where it is portrayed as a majestic and powerful creature. In popular culture, the griffin is often associated with bravery, strength, and wisdom. It is often depicted as a loyal companion or a formidable adversary, embodying the qualities of both the lion and the eagle. The griffin's iconic appearance and symbolism have made it a popular choice for various forms of media. The griffin holds a significant place in Egyptian mythology, symbolizing strength, power, and wisdom. Its combination of the lion and the eagle represents the connection between the mortal and the divine, bridging the gap between the physical and spiritual worlds. As a guardian and protector, the griffin played a vital role in Egyptian culture, ensuring the safety and prosperity of the gods, pharaohs, and the deceased. Today, the griffin continues to captivate the imagination and remains a symbol of power and protection in popular culture. The journey to the afterlife. The concept of the afterlife held great significance in ancient Egyptian mythology. Egyptians believed that death was not the end, but rather the beginning of a new journey. They believed that the soul, or Ka, would continue to exist after death and would need to navigate through various challenges and obstacles in order to reach the eternal paradise known as the Field of Reeds. The journey to the afterlife was a complex and arduous one, filled with rituals, ceremonies, and preparations. It was believed that the deceased would have to pass through several stages and face numerous trials before they could reach their final destination. Before embarking on the journey to the afterlife, the deceased had to undergo a process of mummification. This involved the preservation of the body through a series of rituals and embalming techniques. The body was carefully cleaned, organs were removed, and the body was then wrapped in linen bandages. The purpose of mummification was to ensure the preservation of the physical body, as it was believed that the soul would need it in the afterlife. In addition to mummification, the deceased would also be buried with various items and possessions that they would need in the afterlife. These items included food, clothing, jewelry, and even furniture. It was believed that these objects would provide comfort and sustenance to the deceased in the afterlife. Once the body was prepared and buried, the soul would begin its journey through the underworld. The underworld was a vast and complex realm, filled with dangers and challenges that the deceased had to overcome. The journey was guided by the god Anubis, who was responsible for leading the souls through the various stages of the afterlife. The first stage of the journey was the Duat, the realm of the dead. Here, the deceased would encounter various gatekeepers and guardians who would test their worthiness to enter the afterlife. The soul would have to recite spells and prayers and pass through a series of gates and checkpoints. After successfully passing through the Duat, the soul would then enter the Hall of Ma'at, where the weighing of the heart would take place. The weighing of the heart was a crucial stage in the journey to the afterlife. In this stage, the heart of the deceased would be weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. It was believed that the heart contained the essence of a person's character and deeds in life. If the heart was found to be lighter than the feather, it meant that the deceased had led a virtuous and righteous life. They would be deemed worthy to enter the afterlife and would be granted eternal happiness in the field of reeds. However, if the heart was found to be heavier than the feather, it meant that the deceased had led a sinful and immoral life. In this case, the heart would be devoured by the monstrous creature known as Amit, and the soul would cease to exist. For those who passed the weighing of the heart, the final destination was the field of reeds. This was a paradise-like realm, similar to the earthly world but without pain, suffering, or death. It was a place of eternal bliss, where the deceased could reunite with their loved ones and live in peace and harmony. In the field of reeds, the deceased would be able to engage in activities they enjoyed in life, such as farming, fishing, and hunting. They would also have access to an abundance of food and drink, as well as luxurious dwellings. It was believed that the deceased would continue to be cared for by the gods in the afterlife. They would receive offerings and prayers from their living relatives, ensuring their eternal happiness and well-being. The journey to the afterlife was a central aspect of ancient Egyptian mythology. It was a complex and intricate process involving rituals, preparations, and challenges. The Egyptians believed that death was not the end, but rather the beginning of a new journey. The soul would have to navigate through the underworld, pass the weighing of the heart, and ultimately reach the field of reeds, where eternal happiness awaited. The belief in the afterlife provided comfort and solace to the ancient Egyptians, assuring them that death was not the end, but rather a transition to a new and better existence. The weighing of the heart. In ancient Egyptian mythology, the afterlife held great significance. The Egyptians believed that after death, the soul would embark on a journey to the Hall of Ma'at, where the deceased would face judgment. This judgment was known as the weighing of the heart, a pivotal moment that determined the fate of the soul in the afterlife. The weighing of the heart was a crucial step in the journey to the afterlife. It took place in the Hall of Ma'at, which was presided over by the goddess Ma'at, the personification of truth, justice, and cosmic order. The hall was depicted as a grand courtroom, where the gods and goddesses gathered to witness the judgment. The process of the weighing of the heart involved the deceased's heart being weighed against the feather of Ma'at, which symbolized truth and righteousness. The heart was believed to be the seat of a person's emotions, thoughts, and intentions, and it was considered the essence of their being. If the heart was found to be lighter than the feather, it meant that the deceased had led a virtuous life and had upheld the principles of Ma'at. This would grant them passage into the afterlife. As the echoes of Part 4 fade into the darkness, we're left to wonder, what other secrets do the gods and pharaohs hold? Can you guess what mysteries await in our next tale every Monday and Thursday? Subscribe to Spellbound Stories and journey with us as we seek the answers that lie buried beneath the sands of time. Until we meet again, may the questions of history inspire your quest for knowledge. Stay curious, stay spellbound.